There we are. All right. The magic of the moment. I loved how I heard the kids were doing the octopus theme. This was not planned at all. I just happened to show up, trusting the magic of the moment. My goal tonight, if anything, is that I can help increase to some degree your curiosity and your trust in yourself and what happens when you show up and you trust yourself in a way to see what comes out when you really engage people in the moment. We spend so much time either in the future manipulating a conversation, manipulating a meeting, where's it going to go, or with our scripted self in some sort of rehearsed way of being, whether we're on a date or, again, a meeting or something. But what happens when we actually just show up in the moment? Take that breath. Just go ahead and do that with me now. Take a nice breath. Close your eyes, maybe. That's one of the things that helps me to arrive. And then start to feel a little bit. You feel your body a little bit more. Start to look around and you notice things a bit more. The word that I came up with for this was now sourcing. It's like, we resource and we look for sources, but what happens when you arrive in the moment, in this now, and you get your source? It's really hard to see you guys because that's one of the ways that I'm able to connect, so I'll just do it with Frank here, is, and all of you in the front row, is just to be able to connect with people in their eyes and just kind of be like, hey, I'm here. So some of you know that I do leadership development in a variety of ways, whether it's with teams or working with professionals, one-on-one and coaching, and that my main field, kind of my specialty, is from the field of applied improvisation. So my game, my stretch that I give myself and the people I work with is, what is this mysterious faculty that we call improvisation? Where does, the theme tonight about innovation, where does creativity and innovation come from? Where did everything come from? Whether you have a spiritual worldview or you nail it all down to mysterious quantum mechanics, it's still something came from nothing at some point. What is this weirdness and this wonder of existing? Where do new ideas come from? Where do new connections come from? Where does that really juicy moment when the unexpected happens? We're living in an age where people are so overwhelmed with information. You can get anything you want out there. What's the difference tonight between sitting at home and watching this on YouTube or Facebook Live, which is great. I heard somebody is filming that. But the difference is when we're present and when we're live, things that can happen when they're not scripted and recorded and rehearsed. And we're in an age where people are hungering for real connection. Why else is reality TV the big thing and all the different shows, and Facebook Live and other forms of live video is the new way of marketing and businesses? It's because people want the real. And it's really hard to show up and be real. There's so many fears. Public speaking, terrifies. What are they? It's like stronger than the fear of death, apparently, right? So if I were to suggest to somebody to do what I'm trying to do, because it's scary for me still, and show up and to just not know what's going to come, but to trust yourself and to learn and say, what does this group need? What's happening here tonight? What would happen if I actually went out in the audience and sat down next, whatever, and we did something just a little different. So fear is one of the things that, that gets in the way. And the way that we combat fear is by stretching our trust muscles. And the way that we do that is by breath and by trusting something bigger than ourselves and by taking risks and going out and trusting. Trusting little by little, a little bit more. Trusting something bigger, trusting the magic of the moment, the process, that something good, something meaningful is going to come out of it. We can also stretch past our fear in realizing that a big piece of this is shame. We're afraid of people seeing our dark side. Just recently, I found out some really shadowy stuff about myself. I think I'm really important. I can be extremely arrogant and selfish, and I can be so, ugh. And I was so afraid of people seeing that side of me that I wasn't able to show up in life, because the more you want to be bright, the more you have to be open to that casting the shadows that are in your life. And I got some big shadows. And so, but it's not going to stop me from showing up. So I want to just encourage you to trust yourself, trust each other, and start getting curious about what can happen in the magic of each moment, because this is the moment you've been waiting your whole life for. And it still is. And it still is. All right, thank you very much.